Good morning, everybody. Dr. Stafford here, and I just wanted to come on here and talk about a few things. One major thing, don't mind me, this is my immunity roller, which is for sale on the website, jendaiastafford.com. Just throwing that out there. I don't go anywhere without this. I mean, I have gone a couple days without it, hence why I sound like I'm getting a cold now. So we're trying to get rid of that. But anyway, so I wanted to come on here because I wanted to talk about self-reflection and um, a section of journaling that I do that I wanted to share. So I know I posted a video and was talking about goal setting for 2024, how to make sure that you're like properly planning your goals and everything like that. And I shared briefly about the my big achievement section. And so I had somebody reach out and I was having this conversation with them about that. And they were like, well, why do you do like a my big achievement section? And for me, I like to do a lot of self reflection. It's not something that came naturally to me. Like, I think my years of schooling and education, as far as like therapy. So, when I started off in grad school for marriage and family therapy, you had to really start looking into things like that, especially with yourself when you're about to work with people. And so I developed the habit of being able to reflect from like very often actually um, on certain things. So like one, my husband, when we first bought our house, our master bedroom is massive. I mean, absolutely massive. And by the time you include the bedroom, the extended part of the bedroom, the bathroom, the closets, I realized and I shared it with him. I was like, "Do you realize like our master bedroom is literally the same size, if not a little bit bigger, than the first apartment that we ever owned?" Like we owned a two-bedroom, one bathroom apartment after we moved to Ohio, and it was just us and Maya. And we we loved it. It was the cutest little thing. It was perfect for us. But I'm thinking like, oh my God, like how far have we come? Like look at everything we've been blessed with. That the fact that kind of like this full circle kind of thing, like our master bedroom in our house that we own is the same size as the first apartment we ever got when that was the first place we ever got after we got married. So we got married, then we lived in separate states for a little bit, then we moved in with his mom in Ohio. We lived there for about 4 months and then got our own place in West Milton, Ohio, right? So I like to reflect often because I think it makes you definitely appreciate the things that you've gone through. It's not, you see that it's not in vain. It definitely makes you appreciate the blessings that you have before you now. And it shows you that, because there's days where I feel stuck and stagnant and I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, what is the purpose in what I'm doing right now? And when I have these moments of self-reflection, especially when you write it down, because you're not going to remember everything, right? Like I wake up in my bedroom every day, and that was just kind of like when it was that hits me, right? But you're not going to remember everything, so that's why I found it so important to write it down. Um, and so, like when you're in that funk, when you're in that feeling of stagnation, you're like, I'm not doing anything, I'm not accomplishing anything. Like I feel like I haven't done anything in this past, 356 days. How many days are left in the year? I don't know. How many, I haven't done anything in the last year, last 6 months, last 3 months, like I've done nothing. Then you can look back and say, oh my God, you know what? I guess I did, I did some things. And so in my journal, I put my big achievements, right? I probably won't put big achievements. I did that because this was the first time that I have actually taken to write it down. So I just wanted to share, be very transparent and share some. No, I'm not sharing everything, but I wanted to share some of them because I am in a period right now where I feel like, what have I done with my year? I feel like my year has been spent on recovering, um, getting my health back in order. Um, and I'm not going to talk about it now necessarily. It will be a video eventually, but in July, I was in a car accident and it really kind of turned my life upside down. Um, So, just trying to recover from that. And I really had to slow down. And I just had a conversation with my big brother yesterday, and he got on me about, you're doing too much, you're too young, be back to be jacked. So here I am not doing too much, King. Um, but anyways, so I just wanted to go over a few of these big achievements, and I want to share them. I'm not tooting my own horn at all. Even when people are like, "Oh my gosh, you got this, you did that, you did that," like, how do you? I don't. It's in my opinion, anybody can do it, and I truly, truly believe that. There's nothing super magnificent about about me that I think, but Um, so I'm not sharing these to toot my own horn or to brag or anything, but I'm sharing them as a source of encouragement and inspiration for you so that when you go into the new year, you don't even have to start in the new year. You can start today. Whenever you're watching this video, you can start. If it is here in December, then you can start. If you don't watch this until July, you can start then, right? But this has helped me to see like, oh no, you have accomplished quite a bit this year and you should be proud of yourself. So one of the things that I did on January 14th, I successfully defended my dissertation. And I was super proud of that because if you guys knew the hell and high water I had to go through to get it, which again, I'm gonna make that a video for people who are interested in, achieving a PhD. It's not for the weak. And I know we hear that all the time, but I'm here to tell you it's not for the weak. But I successfully defended my dissertation. And I was super proud of that, obviously. On the 31st of January, I received Chief Academic Officer approval, which you need CAO approval in order for everything to be done. So just because I defended my dissertation, this is crazy, even though you defend it successfully, it still has to be approved by the school. So just because you defend successfully, like I have heard, I think maybe one, and that was extremely rare, but very rarely will the school turn down. And it wasn't that they necessarily turned it down. They I don't know, there were some major revisions and it was pretty much turned down. But anyways, that's neither here nor there, right? So I did that. On February 6th, my dissertation was uploaded onto ProQuest. So ProQuest is where all the dissertations that were ever written have been uploaded, right? Even the ones back in the day, I think they finally, taken it, scanned it, copied it, everything, whatever. But even more exciting is recently I saw that which may not be major to everybody, but I found out that since March, even though this was uploaded in February, but since March, my dissertation has been downloaded 17 times so far. So I'm very proud of that. That means that people are downloading it and using it in their research and studies. So that's pretty cool. Um, let's see. Uh, like March 27th, I received the official digital copy of my diploma. It's hanging up on the wall. No, it's not that one. It's the one higher. This is my master's in developmental psychology, but above that, in the middle here, this one, above that is the doctorate. So, um, very cool. Like that was super exciting because that was the digital copy. So I didn't get the print version until like a couple weeks later, but was super excited about that. On May 16th, I presented mental health treatment and recovery from obesity at the 8th Canadian Obesity Summit. That was really cool because I met a lot of great people, had a really great time, got to sit down with some innovators in the obesity space, and just, it was really cool to be able to present, excuse me, in a different country. And you know, it was cool. On June 19th, so I'm just obviously skipping some. June 19th, I launched Restore. So Restore is a program that I developed that just helps to teach people about their body. I realized that there was between illness and getting back to wellness and health, there was a gap. And so Restore fills that gap. It's an educational program that helps to restore you know, fill that gap so that we could get from the point of illness and sickness to health. And we do that through education, teaching people about their bodies, teaching people. We don't go necessarily into like, this is the program that you need to use. Like, you need to go on Atkins, you need to do Mediterranean, you need to do Well's Protocol. We don't do anything like that. We literally just teach people, here's how your body functions, or here's how it's supposed to function when it's normally properly working, and here's what's going on when you get diagnosed with these certain things. And then we teach people how to do the research, and I love it. So I launched it June 19th, and I had 4 students, which I was super proud of. And out of the four, three stayed through and graduated. So that may not be a big deal to everybody, but I was really proud of that, considering that it was the beta testing for it and it did really great. Did so great. They did so well on the program. Um, let's see. June 9th, we finished Alden's kindergarten year. So that was my first year, like really having to do homeschool hands-on. And it went well. He graduated, he did excellent. And now here we are working on his first grade. And for anybody who has questions about homeschooling, I will be posting videos about that. Right. Let's see, December 3rd, I received an affiliate link with IIN, which is the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, which is the school that I graduated from with my integrative nutrition health coaching certification. So, anyways, that's just a list of some of the things, right? And so I just want to encourage you guys to start writing it down. It doesn't have to be, I would say to put it in a nice journal. That way, like where you could come back to it and look at it and reflect on it. But do I write everything down? No, but I do definitely take the time that when I'm feeling in a slump, I have to, in order to keep pushing, keep going through, I have to remind myself of the things that I've already accomplished and the things that God has done in my life, because it's like, girl, you can do this too, right? You can do this. You can get through this. Like I'm working on a couple projects. They're not physical. They don't require me to be like up and moving. So I can still rest, which is nice. But I'm working on a couple things now, and it's just like even when they get hard, even when I get that doubt, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this gonna work? I can reflect because it's like, girl, you've done this like 10 times already. Or hey, don't you remember like this was it. Like, this is it. So I just want to encourage you guys. I don't want to be on here any longer than I have been. It's been a little lengthy already. But I just want to encourage you guys, write down those goals. Every time you meet a milestone that you just are super excited about, you're like, dang, I actually did that. Write it down. Write it down because I'm telling you, as I read those, excuse me, I get that same like excited feeling as when I first accomplished it. Right? So write this stuff down. And I promise you, when you are in a funk, when you feel like, how am I going to get through this? Or you feel like, what am I going to do? How? Or, have I accomplished anything? What is my life worth living? Right? When you feel like you're in those moments, I'm so serious. Reading the things that you've already accomplished so far, and it doesn't even have to be within the last year. Girl, if it's some guy, bro, look, sis, if it's something from back 5 years ago, write it down. Write it down. If that's your starting point for now, that's great. Write that one thing down. Write those several things down so that when you get into your funk moments, which you will have funky moments, read back on those and let those feelings come back of that excitement of when you accomplish something, and it will give you that drive. I'm telling you, it'll help give you that drive that you need to press forward so that you can finish and complete whatever it is you're working on in the moment, whatever it is that you're facing in the moment. And then guess what? That thing that you were facing, that you were stressed out about and that you were in a funk, that will soon be transferred to that paper. And then next thing you know, when you face the next thing, you'll be looking at that one thing that you just accomplished saying, oh my God, I did that. Okay. So I hope you guys are encouraged. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys later. Bye.